as we kick off Starladder SLI.
Thank you very much, Alex. And yes, indeed, we are ready. I wasn't ready for those graphics, though. That looks amazing. That's very well done.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. No warning at all.
I'm just enjoying everything, man. It feels like so long since we've had a big LAN like this. Like a good long break. There's been a lot of online play, but we haven't really had the big international tournament over the past few weeks. And so there's just been time to, like, get hungry again, Anders. You know, to actually get excited about being here on LAN. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this one. Obviously, best of one, and we do have the Swiss format in place and everything. So I think it's pretty good. I don't know. Initially, I think my problem with the Swiss format was that I just couldn't figure it out, even though it's pretty easy, but it was too complicated for me. But now that it's been, like a year or two or something, I'm starting to catch up. I'm realizing how it works now, and I kind of like it.
Just for your sake, as well as for the viewers, you win 3, you're through. You lose 3, you're out. And so you can keep basically you keep going through the group phase, playing against teams with the same score as you.
Yes.
So if you have 2 wins, you're going to play another team that has 2 wins to get into the playoffs. If you have 2 losses, same story. You're playing against a team with 2 losses to get knocked out, basically. And you keep going like that until we whittle it down and we have ourselves a playoff bracket.
Yeah. It is that simple, actually.
Yeah.
So everyone can keep up.
Quick that. But what was complicated, man, is when they had Swiss for like Hearthstone, when there was like 100-something players. It's like, Jesus, who is playing what and what? Like, how does this even make sense? How does this work? I feel like with 16 teams, though, it's like, okay, we can kind of manage this. We can kind of manage this a little bit better.
Yeah, here they are with the new jerseys and everything. As the desk picked up on too, they do look, stunning at the moment. Look like they're ready. Are they going to be playing Immortals? I feel like Immortals has to be one of the hungriest teams out there right now, just because of how close they keep getting. They almost make the playoffs. They're almost there. They're obviously a very good team, but they just haven't really they haven't really turned it over yet. They haven't really managed to get all of it out they could out of the team. I think they could get a lot more out of it, and it's a bit tricky right now for
There's
them.
just been a lot of discussion around this team as far as like the mentality that they have. Are they playing to be the best in the world, or are they playing to be the best in Brazil, or are all these players just biding their time until they can get onto SK, which is, they kind of were looked at as like the farm team for SK for a long time there, where Fallen has pretty much played with like everybody who's competing right now in top tier Brazilian CS. So I mean, there's been a lot of discussion coming around on this team. It's been a lot of fun, but I mean, we're seeing some crazy performances out of them, especially since the roster change went through and Steel has taken the reins as the in-game leader.
It looks like we're about to find out, though. We are heading into Cobblestone. So once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here it's Immortals and North in a best of one. The first game here of SLTV Star Series, and it will be North starting on the T side and Immortals on the CT side, and a fairly big stack towards the B bomb side already being set up on the Brazilian side. I like that. Look, even Bolts is actually gravitating towards the B bomb side. They are so ready for this.
Yeah, they've got the smokes down though. So North, they will have some preparation there. Henny holding close and drop. Looking for the first shot. They're actually going to chase him down. That's Cajun getting the kill there, and that's a big risk. Cajun had the bomb. What is this? They just wrecked them. North just ran right through Immortals, but there were some big risks taken there, Anders. That could have gone south so quickly.
How do you stack almost 5 people on a bomb site and then still get completely wrapped? Like, every person got flanked, even though every person also had at least 2 people covering, like, the other angle. It doesn't make any sense, does it?
What I'm curious about is who put the smoke down and drop. Because that smoke actually messed things up for Immortals. It seemed like they were not sure if they were people coming from drop. That might have thrown a wrench in things there in that round.
Yeah, they almost managed to sort of create a wall of smokes on the B-bomb side that allowed them to run into drop only from the other direction. Right. And that was really odd. You can tell that they just weren't ready for it. So it'd be nice to get a full replay of that round at a later date where we can sort of look at a demo and see exactly how all those smokes went down, because that was pretty intense. Going to give a good start to North, and they're going to go for the triple UMP 2 AKs. Just a bit relaxed. I do like this boost. I think this boost is actually a bit underused, even though they are going to spot for it. It's still a pretty good idea. And he's going down early on. Next in line is Bolts, but FNX will come back in with a strong kill there. C-set 75 on AZ. So they should be able to do some more damage. They still got 3 left.
Yeah, but Cajun, there's the first kill for him. Takes down FNX. And so now it's actually going to be shaping up pretty nicely. A little bit of a bomb plant there from MSL. Default position as well. They have control of ramp. They even have Magus, the Magician. North Magician, what? That's throwing me off, bro.
I'm all right with that.
Okay, so Magician is holding underpass.
I mean, I lobbied really hard to get him to change his name to Magic, just because I think first of all, I think it's a great name.
Why not?
But Magician, why not? We can work with that.
It's just, is this some like cultural thing? You know, literal, right? You know, he's just like, he is a magician.
I don't know.
I would love it if he had, you know, in particular him, just on his jersey, he had like a little rabbit patch or something, right?
Instead of a lion.
Exactly. Why not?
Oh, man.
Pulling headshots out of the hat left and right.
He's just turned into a really solid player, I feel like. I'm curious how Config has improved his game since we saw him last time, you know? I feel like he was one of those players that just played a lot better on T side. It was like a noticeable drop-off when he went to CT side. If he can fix that, then as a player, he's just going to improve by like 30–40% or something. I mean, it's going to be so impressive if that can work out for him. And maybe just over time, that's going to be a real thing for him. They managed to save some of the CZs and some of the armor here on the Immortals side, so that in itself will certainly help them out later on. But this is a bit of a slow start for the Brazilian side. I don't think they're going to worry too much. You know, this is just par for the course once you lose the pistol round, but see how far they can go once they pick up the rifles.
Exactly. And if Henny is actually managing his economy to pick up that AWP as quickly as possible, we've seen some crazy versatile play from him where he loves to go aggressive on plateau. He's very mobile with that AWP. He's looking for fights everywhere. So I think he's going to be the big difference maker here for Immortals in this first half on the CT side. Steal with the push, not going to happen. AZ's there watching the flank. And look at this. They've already got MSL through connector all the way up on A. So this should be a free bomb plant here for North.
Yeah, they can't even really, if they try and rotate towards the A-bomb site now, they're probably going to get sandwiched in. You could see them making their way in, and actually almost Lucas managed to get the right angle there. That could have worked out. Henny and Bolts, and Henny actually picks up a kill with the USP. I don't think they worry that much. I mean, normally I think you would, oh, actually Megas is going to be swapping out for the AK instead, and they're going to give Cajun the Mac 10 and let him go hunting. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, get that money while you can. I mean, Bolt's 8 HP. If he runs into anybody here, he's going to die instantly. Cajun, not sure if he spotted him, but eventually will find the kill. An extra $600 in his pocket, so he's definitely happy about that. And that's the real thing that they're going for there. And he even saves the UMP, which is huge. But if you are low and you've already got one kill with that Mac 10, you pass it over to a teammate so he can get another kill with it. That's $600, well, $1,200 total, right? Divided across two players. That's a bonus set of nades right there. It's real clever. Little details like that can make the difference because now you have a full buy. Everything you need here on North.
Yeah, they have quite a lot of money. They really managed to maximize the output of that round, which is pretty good. And now the fourth round coming up here, and you're absolutely right. Henny picking up the AWP and North setting up for that NIP smoke cluster that we've seen very many times introduced by Threat. And it worked so well when we saw it in the beginning. Very hard for teams to know exactly what's going on. And the smokes do look good. So we'll see if they actually are going to go for it. The bomb is making its way the other way. So this can either be a strat that goes straight into B, or it can be a fake like it is now. So they managed to shut down the B part of this push. Now they have to get back over to the A-bomb site where the actual hit is coming.
The only issue is that Henny is still alive and he's in A long. As long as he stays alive, that's going to be big. But Bolts, while they're focused on Henny, hits the perfect timing, sprays down 2, runs out of bullets for the 3rd. Could get it, just no, he gets robbed by Steel in the end. But still, perfect hold in the end for Immortals. I mean, that's the power of that NIP cluster, is that you can quickly, because you're throwing them outside of A. So you could just quickly go into A site, which is exactly what North tried to do. It just feels like their B team, their B players, weren't able to get enough done. They needed to stay alive longer. They needed to put some more pressure on Immortals before the push actually had to go through.
Yeah, in that situation, one of two things has to happen, right? For this to work. Either they need to trade, even if it's a 2-for-1 trade, like they both die but they get 1 kill on B, that's still sort of acceptable, or they need to stay alive, and they did none. They just sort of ran and died, and that didn't buy enough time for the A site. So a bit of a shame there, but they can still buy North. They had that great 3rd round, so we'll see if it's going to be able to work out here. Immortals, though, excited that they can win that round without losing very nearly anybody, and it's going to be a quick trade early on. FNX for AZ, hiding in the corner. Steel, not a chance to get out, but he did at least take Cajun with him.
Yeah, 2 kills for Steel. He made the difference here because now we're into a 3-on-3. Bolts is on the site. He's going to be looking to try and deny the bomb plant. Not going to happen, though. That smoke getting in the way. And so now it's about, North stay alive? Can they stay alive? Bolts is going to find 1 kill, and now the man advantage is here for Immortals, but they have a single flash grenade on Henny to make their lives easier here.
That's not a lot to work with. They really need a smoke or something to try and make sure they can force the remaining North players out of their positions. MSL is a pretty good position right here, but they're going to lose Magisk on the other side. MSL picking up 1 kill. He's been so much better in these clutch situations, and he's just buying time. A lot of it is already past. Bolts is going to be going down now. It's a one-on-one Henny on the site with the AWP. Doesn't know where MSL is, and time is running out. MSL going to be able to clutch it in a 1-on-3. He even goes for the kill. Henny's going to finally punish him, but that's such great play from the Danish captain. That's very, very well done. He could have easily been isolated on that plateau.
Did you see that Henny wallbanging through the boxes as well at that off? Just hoping he would find the kill and save it there. That flash as well. I mean, Henny's using the flash at the end to save his op. Why isn't the flash thrown towards plateau, thrown in to start that push? Why are his teammates just walking in there looking for duels instead of making use of the little utility that you actually have? This was a replay from the last round where you can see just Bolts eviscerates them. I mean, Maze caught midair. That's the worst position to be in. And, well, just a very clean round there in the first, but a close win here for North puts them back in the lead. And Henny, point blank, with that saved AWP, is going to start things off strong.
Lucas to follow it up, taking down AZ. They really didn't have a lot in this round, Immortals. I would even say a slight risk to be buying right into this round, but so far it's working out brilliantly. And you have to just admire the positional play from Henny there. Take some courage, because if he loses that shot, if he doesn't get it, he's certainly going to be going down right away. So
frustrating situation here for North. They're assuming that Immortals are playing good CS, and the only issue is that you can never really assume that your opponents are going to completely over-rotate off of the site. The B site was left wide open, and now North are able to take advantage of it. There's a follow-up flash, but Vegas is going to get the headshot. Config coming out of drop, takes down Steel, and Henny, he's going to find 1 kill, but that's just not enough right now.
That was a nice flick, though, but you're right. Only brings them into a 2-1-2. Bolt's going to win that fight, and now it's on Config. Been a bit quiet, but he's already got the double kill in this round, and not that much time has passed on the bomb. They've got all the time in the world here, Immortal, to sandwich him in. He's hiding inside of the smoke now. He's going to be out, and Henny's right on the other side. He has to get this kill quick, and he just can't do it. He waits a bit longer. He should have probably been a bit more aggressive against Henny right there, because otherwise he was always going to get shot in the back, and he could have known that. He had the information called out from a teammate. So a bit of a shame there, but still, Immortals winning the round after it looked like they were almost going to lose it there.
That was, I mean, this is all over the place already. You know, these very chaotic rounds to start us off at the beginning of the half. Basically, these teams are just battling for dominance. Who is going to control the flow? Because right now it's just back and forth. Henny with the initial pick on MSL to start off the round. They get a 2-man advantage. And then North, scrappy, fight their way back into it. Tit for tat, Anders. This is exactly what we want to see here to start things off here at StarSeries.
Absolutely. The real question is, how good are Immortals playing T side? How many rounds do they need here on the CT side before they can relax and feel comfortable? Took a bit of risk, but now they're actually up to a double AWP setup, and it's not like North aren't taking risks of their own. 2 UMPs, 1 Tech9, 1 Deagle there on Config. Is that really going to be enough to break this hold? Henny actually misses a shot for once, but he's going to go for it again. Takes down Kate to close range. He actually legs AZ. Can they follow it up here? They need to get that bomb down quick, and they do.
Now it's a matter of playing patient here, Immortals. You have the nade advantage. You have the life lead right now. You need to take your time, work together, and let them make the mistake. But MSL's going to get the drop. Still not going to be able to pick up the kill. He doesn't convert it, and MSL now caught out in the open. Gets picked by Lucas. Config and Magician now the last 2 alive, and Config still in the fight.
Picks up the UMP, turns around, gets the kill on Bolts. Almost unbelievable. And Meg is still alive. Config picking up another kill. He's finally down. But now it's Magisk 1-on-1. Lucas trying to see if he can get on this bomb. He's going to smoke it up and just spraying through, and Magisk going to be able to pick up that kill. Unbelievable right at the end, and especially Config. Playing through that smoke time and again. That did not feel like it should have been a winnable round. I think at the point in time where it really looked lost for North is when MSL doesn't get that kill on FNX by the statue. That's when you know probably that was their one chance to win, and then they still do it.
Makes up for the 1v2 in the round before?
Yeah, but definitely.
That's both 1v1s now going the way of North. That is incredibly frustrating for Immortals. And yeah, Immortals, the force. Let's go. I mean, they're thinking we're in a double eco scenario here. We need to make something happen. And so they're going to risk it all, Immortals. They're going for the CZs. And Henny, well, there you go. That's what can happen. Picks down MSL to start things off here at A-Long.
It's got to be frustrating for MSL, but They're going to get the refrag on Steel, so at least there is that going for them. And Lucas is alone on the bomb side. He does have a deagle. There's a chance he can pick up a kill and buy some more time. But now the grenades are raining in, and Lucas is going to be going down. No chance at all. Spraying through the fire. Good job on Config there.
This is some mind games coming out from MSL. I like this a lot. And Immortals bought into it. They thought, because it's been back and forth from North. They've been hitting B, then going back to A, then back to B, then back to A, right? They've been flip-flopping. And so Immortals this round, they're like, right, we're risking it. We need to go for some kind of edge. We're going to put 3 on A because so far this is the pattern that we've seen from MSL. And well, MSL is like, no, actually, we're going to go to B. We're just going to walk right over to B. We're going to go B twice in a row. And that completely messes with Immortals. Easy entries there for North to get onto the site. And the guys rotating in, they're dead men. There isn't anything that Immortals can do. And so they just took a big risk with their economy and basically got nothing out of it. Now North have got a firm control at the beginning of this half.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where probably they would have had to double eco anyway, so they just thought, okay, we're just going to go for it. But that choice also means that you void yourself the chance of getting the double up later on. You know, if you wanted that, you're going to have to save a lot more for it anyway, so I don't know about that. It's still early on. I still wouldn't exactly panic if I was on the Immortals side. I think they just need to take a deep breath here and try to get back into it. Some of the rounds they've lost here are really almost incredible. This one, especially for Config, is so good. He swaps into a deagle that actually just has 5 bullets in it, so that could have gone badly.
Sure enough, it is going to be 3 pistols, 4 pistols, including bolts, but he has the Kevlar, and then Henny with the saved UMP. And now North, map control for them. Just spread out, default approach to this round. They don't quite know what's going to come at them. They're expecting aggression from Immortals, and so they're going to be ready for it. Seems like MSL's going to be the one walking into this, though. He is exposed. He didn't really have his teammate there to trade kill immediately. That could have got a little hairy if he had walked into a stack. Instead, it's going to be Bolts trying to pounce, and Bolts finds the fadeaway headshot.
He did a lot of damage as well to MSL, so that's not at all bad. But a bit too much excitement on the Immortal side, and Lucas is going to end up going down over a drop. Leaves Steel and FNX, and they are not really in a great position to win this round. Even if MSL and Magisk are kind of low on health, it's not going to be easy to just turn this around and win the round. Steel, USP at this range, it's just not a very effective weapon, is it?
It's not going to be very fun. You can do damage, but getting the kill with no Kevlar, it's not really going to happen. FNX is rotated in, though, so good on him. Didn't waste too much time. Doing damage here. But Config and MSL both surviving, 16 and 13 HP. That's a bit too scary there for North. When you're going into pretty much like a hard eco, you really want to be surviving with 4 players, and so it's a bit of a shame that North dropped 2, but their economy is strong. They've got enough for a full buy behind this. And so now it's Immortals who are having to force up with FAMASs.
Yeah, and that was the point that I was trying to make. You know, when you go for that force buy, this is where you end up, right? If they have saved those $2,000 or whatever they had in the bag, or $1,800, then this would have been at least 1 up on Henny and maybe even a second one as well. So it would have been interesting. A lot of grenades landing on Config. That's so much damage. Great job on Immortals early on. I think this is one of those rounds where you really need to win it. Like, you can have a great first half still if you just win this round and turn the momentum early on here. But if they don't, then, I don't know, their economy is going to be too broken, I think.
I think we're going to be in for a treat, though, Anders, because now, as far as MSL is concerned, as far as North are concerned, they've got to be feeling so happy. They've got 7 rounds on T side. They've got plenty more rounds to pick up here in this first half. And then they're going into the CT side, where apparently they've been putting in a lot of work. And so they've got to be feeling very good about the situation here, North. Everything is going according to plan. 2 players holding fairly aggressive on slope towards A right now for Immortals. But North have now got map control all day long.
Great camera angle to cover the actual long take there. Really, really nice grenades that they managed to put down. It's a bit of a shame that no one was there. I would love to see how that would have worked out. Again, the boost is in effect there, but Bolts is going to get caught, and that leaves Henny in a very, very bad position to be in. He's going to get sandwiched almost no matter what happens here. Still picks up a kill on Cajun, and finally going to be able to take him down. So 3 on 3. The bomb side in control here of North, and Magisk actually the one to pick up the kill on FNX.
Not going to expect the second man. It means there's a chance here for Steel to find a headshot. And there it is. Steel delivers. Saved AK, gets the kill. 2 on 2 now, but they do manage to get MSL up onto the site. He's going to plant default, and AZ's got the proper angle here to hold Immortals off of his teammate. And so now, well, I was about to say, now they can establish a crossfire, but Lucas hits the headshot on MSL. It's a 1 on 2 now for AZ.
aggressive for MSL. That Molotov going to force him back. He goes for the spray, takes down Steel, but Lucas is there with the refract, and that's so important. Picks up the AK, and it's going to go for the defuse. That could have, again, that could have gone out of control, but they managed to break their way through. I would have loved to have seen that duel for MSL's point of view. I don't know, did he see him and then go for the fight, or did he see him and die instantly? I'm not sure how much time MSL had to react, because I would say that makes a big difference. You know, if MSL sees him and thinks, I'm going to try and take this one, that's a big mistake. But if he just doesn't have the chance, then obviously we can't really blame him. But they needed that crossfire. And that was, I mean, it was a good setup for MSL and AZ.
Well, what I'm thinking is, right, AZ is going to be first point of contact at that, right?
Yeah.
And then he's the one holding the line as soon as they try and push out from connector. MSL is there to follow up on him. That's how you kind of think how it wants to play out. Just didn't really go that way for North. And so a key victory there for Immortals, keeping them in this fight. 7-3 now, the lead for North on T-side Cobble. And well, now, I mean, Immortals, they're still not out of dodge. Henny did pick up an op, so he's going to be feeling great about that. But you still have 2 guys on UMPs and a guy on a FAMAS, just so you can afford some nades. They're not out of the woods yet.
And North know that AWP is in effect. That's a good grenade combo to take down Convic. And they even realize there's nobody else there, and they push FNX in. I love everything about this play. This is information that you normally don't get on the CT side of Cobblestone, and they've just managed to walk in and see that no one is there. That's also why they can put so many more people right now towards the A side of the map, because they realize that nothing much is going on.
I love the discipline from this team, though. Immortals, as soon as you get that opening pick over on B, over on long, the 2 A players immediately fall all the way back to the site. They do not want to give North a free kill to be able to start the ball rolling to get onto this bomb site. Instead, they're going to hold as far back as possible, really make North work for it.
But Henny, the one thing that I don't like about this is that 3 Molotovs left on North. If Henny misses a shot here and they just throw a Molotov at him, where is he going to go from this position? They've already pushed quite far in. There's the headshot. There's the Molotov on Henny. Now he's trapped in the corner. Has to try and jump up. He's still on fire, and he's going to get shot down. AZ with a stunning double kill there. And FNX now a 1 versus 4. A bit of a dangerous position being all bunched up like that. And FNX, I don't think he's going to be able to clutch this one. They're walking out, so now they know where he is, and he's going to get shot in the feet. AZ with the triple kill, and North winning a critical round here.
North were feeling hungry. They needed some roasted hen.
Apparently, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
All right, but they got that. I mean, the key thing here for North is just the fact that they're able to constantly reset. Immortals, every single time now, Immortals like, yes, we did it, guys. We picked up a round. Wait, we're back to $1,400. Crap. You know, what do you do? What do you do on CT side if, again, you're going for a force buy with pistols and Kevlar?
Yeah, this time I'm actually on board with the force buy, because now I think you are close to the edge. And so is FNX, but he will get taken down. AZ lands a headshot on Lucas, even went through the side of the wall there, and Magisk is going to pick up the 1 kill, but AZ is just going to keep going. He's finally come alive, and he's not going to let down. It will be a triple kill for him, and 9-3, the lead here for North. Look at AZ, 12 kills, 13 on Config.
Yeah, this is just flowing smoothly here for North so far. What's fun to see is that it's Magisk with the AWP. I mean, Cajun had it in that last round, but Magisk showing that he's perfectly capable of opping as well. The depth on this North roster, like, it really feels like MSL, he's got to be over the moon. Like, he's just got everything he needs. He's got the heavy hitters. He's got versatile players with the op, with the rifles. He's got clutch players. And he's got everything, all the tools necessary to have an effective offense on the T side.
I think even more absurdly is the fact that MSL himself has been playing so much better recently. So that used to at least be the weak link that you could sort of say, okay, at least, you know, their capture is not that strong, but actually he's been playing very well. This time, they brought up with some MAC-10s. They realized they weren't going to have any armor. They managed to get that after the last round, so now they are just pretty much in cruise control here on the North side.
They're fixing to have a double-digit first half. Very strong start here to the tournament for North. And while Henny's going to catch me, just the habits, man. Magisk, I keep wanting to say Magisk. Magician, going to catch him off guard.
Until I get absolute confirmation that he's changed his name officially and everything, I'm going to call him Magisk, because otherwise it's probably just going to be like a 1 week thing. It's going to be like Deva, and then he's going to be back to the I'm not going to buy into this.
Deva.
Thing is, everyone Danish does call him that. Like, everyone just does say Deva, but, you know, from an English point of view, it's a bit weird, so we'll keep it with Device. I definitely prefer that.
Well, here we are. Now we actually have a timeout used. I believe this is on Immortals' side as well. So they're finally realizing,
Bit
guys,
late.
we kind of need the last 2 rounds in this first half. Things haven't really been working out for us as far as chaining rounds together. You guys can see that pretty clearly here. They win a round, instantly lose the follow-up, and that's what we always say. You know, that sort of situation is going to favor the T side. They're going to be more effective with lower nades. They're going to be able to just move in as a unit. When you have no nades on CT side, it is so difficult to get that defense going.
I really feel like the better rounds that we've seen out of Immortals are the ones where they try and take the initiative. Like, I like the idea of flashbanging in and taking down config over at B long. I think that's a good idea. Need more stuff like that, because if they, it seems like if they just wait inside the bomb site and wait for North to execute their strat, then North will come out on top.
Yeah.
So try and take that away from them as much as possible, in my opinion.
We're seeing the shift back to B again. Henny, there we go. That's that aggressive opping I was talking about at the beginning of the map. Finally, we see him getting that into play, but he gets fended off fairly quickly there by North. We'll see. Does he get the shoulder peek on Config? This is going to be big. The flash goes out, and Steel gets overrun. AZ and Config finding the opening kills on the B site. And a perfect execution coming in here for North. Everything falls into place so nicely for them.
Yeah, look at this wall that they've been building. Made out of smokes, but still, it's not at all bad. It covers up the whole bomb site. MSL has managed to sandwich Lucas in. And bolts and FNX. It's a good grenade, and actually, from beyond the grave, it takes down MSL, but not really going to matter all that much right now. We are about to move into the last round of the half here, and North about to be at 11 rounds. That's very impressive, and it feels really bad, because I think if Henny gets that first kill, it's going to slow North to a grind, and then they can get into the bomb side and defend it properly, but they don't have the chance to.
That's what we're looking for this entire time, but they've been low economy most of this game. They've had Henny posted up at A long when he has had the AWP so far. I feel like that's the first time we've seen him go for that aggressive B plateau peak. But that's like the calling card from Henny. That's what he used to do. He would just, oh, are you kidding me, Config? He's going for the old juggle?
Okay, then.
I feel like we don't really see that. That used to be like an Inferno thing. When a team was filthy rich on CT side, they would take an op and a rifle over towards B. But seeing that on Cobble, that's that's a first.
AZ has managed to pick up one already. Steel going down, so that whole juggle thing ends up working out. He's going to be able to pick up the kill with the AWP, and if he wants, he can swap out for the AK and continue on his rampage. Indeed, Meg is going to be able to pick down Lucas, and FNX and Henny are the last two left. 2 versus 5 here. What a horrific start for the Immortals side. I think they were expecting a lot more out of this first half, and again, I think they're a really hungry team, so they're going to want to prove themselves at this tournament.
That's how it's done. Great spacing there. They took their time. They made sure that AZ could get right in behind MSL. So you lose MSL, doesn't matter. You get the trade kill immediately. That's all the damage that Henny can do. Very clean fundamentals here for North. And that's really what has made the difference for them so far in this half. It's going to finish at 12-3. Dominant first half here for North to start things off in the tournament. And really, when you're talking about Swiss system in the group stage, it is so important to get this strong win to start you off. You do not want to wind up in that melee in the middle where you're like 2-2, hoping that you get that last map.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it is terrifying, and there are some. I mean, there are all the best teams in the world here, so you got to make sure that you continue on. This is a bit unnerving if you're Immortals right here.
Yeah.
Admittedly, North is one of the really strong teams that they could end up facing off against, but I still think they were expecting to do more. See how this goes.
Okay, well, guys, looks like we're going to take a quick break here during the halftime, and we'll be right back with the second half to see if Immortals can fight back or if North are going to be picking up their first map.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here, second half coming up between Immortals and North. It is the first game of the Starladder tournament here, and it's so far been all North.
You've got to be feeling pretty good about this, Anders.
Yeah.
I mean, your Denska boys, they're doing work.
They are doing a pretty good job. But Danish Counter-Strike in general is in a crazy place right now. And here's what really scared me. So for those of you who weren't keeping up, and I trust that you weren't, I hope you weren't, because you had to listen to me speak Danish. It was weird. But I actually went and did it was like a boarding school tournament for just some boarding schools in like southern Denmark. But this is where it becomes really interesting, because Denmark has already had a really, really strong sort of grassroots land scene where people go like small little local Danish lands and they play Counter-Strike together for a long time. That in itself is a really good source of developing new talent. Now we've got actual sort of boarding schools and even sort of regular schools getting into having actual esports curriculums that you can even play in teams that will give you credentials, and it's really crazy. So you get all this weird stuff happening. And so in 5 years in Denmark, there could be even crazier. Even crazier.
It's not like, the thing is, the Danes, they're far-reaching. Anders, they look into the future and they say, you know what, 3 teams, top-tier teams right now competing at the top of the pack, not enough.
No, we need more.
We actually need the entire league, all the best teams in the world to be Danish, and then the rest can kind of follow in our dust.
Try and rebuild the Viking Empire only on the internet.
There we go. There we go. They see the
bad.
future, man. It's all a simulation.
That it is. I'll explain that one day, but yes. We do have all armor, not a single fuse kit or any grenades at all in North, so they just want to snipe away with the USP, and it's working out rather well for Magus. Oh, what a shot to take down Henny! Meg is absolutely wrecking Immortals on the other side, and AZ is going to be getting a good on bolts. He finally gets run over, so Lucas is doing his job, and FNX taking down Config as well. That's not bad, but the bomb is dropped over on long, so at some point, they're going to have to run into MSL and Config.
Palm down, deep breaths. Why are you taking fights when you know where the bomb is?
It's a reasonable question.
Exactly. Now, I mean, there's a chance there where Cajun and MSL, they end up taking a fight together. Cajun will find the kill, but that was cutting it a bit close. MSL down to 15 HP. And yes, this is the correct way to go about it. Have Cajun face. You get the smoke down as well. 16 seconds left. He's just got no time. He has to make the play here, Lucas. Hoping for the pre-fire, but it's not going to happen. MSL with the headshot, and there is the pistol. Both pistols picked up on this map so far for North.
I am not sure Lucas knew which way his model was pointing when he came out of that smoke. That did look kind of funny, but what a way to get started. We're going to need a replay at some point of those, especially that second shot from Magus. And that's the power of the USP. So good in those rounds, especially on a map like Cobblestone, where the range is so far, almost everywhere.
That's the thing. That's the advantage that the CTs have to the frustration, the despair of most T sides, most terrorist teams. You want to get up close and personal with that Glock or with the Tech 9, and already there's the buy. AZ will be able to find the kill, but it was definitely cutting it a bit close. He's down to half HP.
Be very hard to come back here for the Immortals side. Not impossible, but they need to upset in this round. Those the Eagles, they've been known to be very good with them in the past, so not going to count them out at all, but it is kind of a now or never situation, and there's Magus going down. Cajun with a good refrag, and he's not even going to panic at all. He was out of the open, so could have been taken out by bolts, but he's going to stay alive for the moment.
What clean work. Good burst there. AZ with the spray and pray. 2 kills with the UMP. 3 total for him. And, well, look at this difference, right? You saw when it was a force buy scenario or a low eco scenario for Immortals, they favored FAMASes. They would maybe go for a Deagle, and then they'd have one player going for, the UMP. Over here in Denska land in Europe, they don't care, man. They're like, we want the money because we got to pay for all the social system, and everything that's very expensive.
Good point.
So we got to get those UMPs, and we got to make that money. The UMPs are just so powerful. I think that we're going to see this as a trend so far in this tournament where the European teams, they know what's up. They want to take advantage of it. They're going to look for every edge, and the UMPs are just so good.
We do love our communism in Denmark, there's no doubt. Grenades are raining in, and actually another one, I think, landing on FNX, so he's not having a good day at all in this round. Cajun going to get Molotov'd out, but there's no one there to catch him as he runs out because the smoke was up, so they couldn't really see anything. Neither can Magus, completely blind, but somehow still alive. He turns around for a quick double MSL. Going to get one as well, and just don't know how Magus stayed alive for that long. Cajun gets the kill on Henny, and that leaves Bolts 1 versus 3, and trapped on the plateau.
Boxed in, yep. Because you already have the flank coming through. Config decides to take the fight. He jumps the gun a little bit there. But now he knows Bolts. He's going to be forced out into the open. He has to worry about the flank, and it's not going to matter in the end. Config will take him down, and it is going to be match points now. 12 match points. Well, that's actually unreal. Like, this is just taking off completely for North.
I think you could tell that there was definitely a point in time where they went for that force, and then they ended up ecoing. And I think that buy that they had after the force, that was when that last sort of big try where they felt like we can really do this. And then after that, they just ran out of steam. And it's really hard at the best of one to keep up the energy when you're that far behind. North going for the double orb setup on the other side. The Immortals, they have AK, the UMP, and then Deagles for the rest. Not that impressive. Meg is going to continue the spray and very nearly take down Bolts as well. The grenade, it's going to do it. He was on 2 health. That's so unfortunate. They actually die. They trade grenades. Amazing.
I love it. Double the nades, but both of them get the kills. Still North in the man advantage here. And that bomb is dropped outside. Config, I thought for a second. No way. There's the flash. They're going to jump in on him, and he's not going to get the spray with the Deagle. He does do some damage, but the bomb has been found now. Cajun, he's got the position. And there's the shot onto Steel. So it's FNX now in a 1v2 to keep his team in this first map. Sees the bomb, but he needs to figure out where Cajun's playing from, and that's the last thing he will see. Cajun annihilates him, and a 16-3 win here for North.
So that was a cute little moment they had there, Bolts and Maze. That sounded like a Counter-Strike equivalent of I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Don't know. That's I don't know. That's one of those games if you're Immortals, you just have to write it off and say, you know, that happened. That's not us, Semmler. What's going on? There we go. That was the Russian broadcast. You can go watch that too if you want to.
They're right here.
We have a Chinese broadcast as well on the other side.
And they're right here.
Yeah.
It's sick. I love it.
Yeah, it's
like
cool.
the triple and actually on location as well. It's not just like one stream and then everybody else is kind of off on their own. No. It's really sick how they've set things up here. StarSeries enjoying it so far for sure.
Yeah. I think if you're Immortals, you just have to ignore that and say, you know what, we had a cold start, bad start to the day, take a break, come back, play better later. It is the Swiss system, so that they're not out of it. No. But obviously, North were 100% ready. And this is important, you know, we keep talking about this. What does it matter that you have, you know, the professional setup, you have all the coaches, you have all these things, all these resources that you could put to work? In my opinion, one of the outcomes that it should have ideally over time is that you don't any longer show up for tournaments and sort of, you know, flip a coin and hope that you're going to be ready, that you can, you know, use all the sort of professional sports input to say, well, we are always going to be ready. Like, we're never going to have like an off day, you know, we're just going to keep being there.
All right, guys, we're going to hear what the analysts have to say now about this first map here at StarSeries. Alex, it's all you.